Hello and welcome back to A Better Yes, Session 2, Quieting the Noise. I hope you enjoyed the first session. And if you haven't already listened to Session 1, From Survival to Self, I'd highly recommend, these go in a series sequentially. So I highly recommend you pause and go back and listen to Session 1 first, and then come back to Session 2. Let's begin. This is Candace, founder of The Awakened Mom, bringing you Quieting the Noise. The world will always have opinions, family expectations, cultural pressures, social media narratives, the noise of everyone else's shoulds easily drown out the quiet knowing that lives inside you. You don't heal by convincing the world to change. I'm going to say that again. You don't heal by convincing the world to change. You heal by learning how to filter external voices through your own truth. Your own truth. You reclaim your energy when you stop outsourcing your worth to other people's approval or disapproval. The authentic self doesn't need permission. It needs permission from you to lead. So I'm sure more has come up as you're listening to this. Let's take a big breath together. Sit up nice and tall, really tall. Maybe even stretch out your arms for this one. Because when we start talking about other people's opinions, family expectations, cultural pressures, social media narratives, all the shoulds, it's so easy to want to just turn the world off, shut it down. Where our power begins to show through is that we can live in the and I'll explain. The and is the world is happening all around us in different layers. The world is happening between you and yourself, between you and your family, you and your extended family, your coworkers, your peers, your immediate community, expanded all the way out to the world. There are so many layers. How do we sort through it all? Dialing back to just you. You begin to practice honoring others without abandoning yourself. What does that mean, honoring others? That is a place where when your truth starts showing up, when you start realizing, hey, this is important to me. This is who I really am. This one's my voice, not this is my mother's voice or this is my significant other's voice. This is me. This is what's important to me. I want to be happy. I want to be playful. I want to be whatever it is, fill in the blank. And when you can attach to your own identity, you start being able to draw a line in the sand between where they end and you begin. And then coexistence can happen. You depersonalize noise that is not aligned with you. That is them. That is theirs. That is their lesson to learn. That is their path to walk. But here's where it gets tricky. your nervous system isn't going to like this at first. When you haven't done something before, there's a process that I call building capacity. And in this process, you're going to meet up against resistance. So as you begin to shift and change how you do things, you will come up against an invisible wall that stops you and asks, are you safe? That stops you and asks, are you sure? We haven't done this before. And that's the very point that allows you to grow. That's the very point where confidence and courage develops. That's the very point of when you step into that space and you get the result from that space, you can put it in your pocket, in your little invisible filing system that says, I did it. Whether it turned out messy or not, I did it. And you've expanded your ability to do new things right there, right then, in that little instance. It grows from you trusting that quiet little knowing. It grows into an internal leadership. And it's quiet. And it becomes more bold as it's getting clearer. It's not screaming. It's just that little, yep, we've got this. The most powerful leadership move you'll ever make is deciding that your voice leads your life. Your voice. The one that you need to dig and claw at and scrape away the mud if you're choosing growth. The voice, your voice leads your life, not their opinions. Their opinions come from themselves. Develop your own opinions. Whose voice have I allowed to override my own? I'm leaving you with this today. Whose voice have I allowed to override my own? If you can step into a scenario, into a memory, and you're like, oh my gosh, I think I hear my mother. It's not bad. We must give ourselves permission to step into the space with grace. This is something that was adapted from all the years up to today. Love yourself. When you recognize it, that's power. So now, last question. And I'll leave you with this. Where am I ready? Where is my next right action? Where am I ready to reclaim my authority? Thank you for joining us. Session 2, Quieting the Noise. Replay this as much as it resonates with you, as much as you need to hear a little something. Maybe even go back to session 1. Replay that. We have session 3 coming up shortly. Thank you so much for being with us. This is Candace. So long for now.